Title: The Child That Brought Her Back. A man can get a mad woman pregnant, but a woman can't sleep with a mad man. Everyone in Katai village feared Namisi. Not because she harmed anyone, but because madness lived in her eyes and danced in her voice. She wore 5 laces at once, had beads tied to her ankles, and spoke to a tree named Pastor. But when Brian came back from the city, fresh from heartbreak and tired of pretending to be okay, he didn't laugh like the rest. One hot afternoon, while others scattered to avoid her shouting, Brian offered Namisi a bottle of water and a boiled egg. She smiled, took them, and walked away humming a tune that sounded like a forgotten lullaby. Weeks later, Brian was seen giving her his old sweater. She wore it proudly, calling it "my husband's jacket." People laughed. Some warned him, "Brian, that woman is cursed. She thinks your shoe is her child." But Brian kept showing up, with food, clean clothes, and strange patience. 3 months later, Namisi stopped walking around barefoot. She started combing her hair with a fork. Then came the whispers. She's pregnant. But with who? The mad woman. Brian never said a word. But he began building a small mud house at the edge of the village, just beside the sugarcane plantation. People shook their heads. 9 months later, the cries of a newborn cut through the dawn silence. Under a guava tree, with the help of a village herbalist, Namisi gave birth to a baby girl with the brightest eyes Katai had ever seen. They named her Nima, Grace. And then, like a fog lifting after a long storm, Namisi changed. She woke up one morning and asked, "Where's the staff room? I have a lesson to teach." Turns out, she was once a primary school teacher. Broken by betrayal, abandoned by family, and buried in trauma. Her mind had locked itself away to survive. But the child, somehow, brought her back. 2 years later, Namisi was teaching again, this time at the village nursery school. The same people who once feared her now asked her for advice. "She's so wise," they'd say. Was she ever really mad? Brian, on the other hand, planted mangoes and sold honey. Quiet, calm, still holding Namisi's hand like it was the only compass he ever needed. After 10 years, Nima was the top student in Bungoma County. She gave a speech during prize-giving day. "My mother taught me how to survive pain," she said. "My father taught me how to love without fear. Together, they gave me life and brought each other back to it." The crowd stood and clapped. Even the tree Namisi once called Pastor seemed to sway with pride. And when reporters came to ask Brian why he ever loved a mad woman, he chuckled and said, "A man can get a mad woman pregnant, yes. But not every man has the courage to love her until she remembers who she is."
Hakuna